Ever wondered why Coca-Cola tastes better in a glass bottle? There's actual science behind it. From the way it's made to how it's packaged, every step of the Coca-Cola production process is designed to give you that perfect fizz. Let's take a peek inside the factory and see how it happens. Picture this: Atlanta, Georgia, 1886. A local pharmacist named John Pemberton is stirring up something special in his small drugstore. He's about to create a drink that will change the world, and he doesn't even know it. Pemberton was looking for a cure for headaches and exhaustion. His creation? A syrupy concoction he called Pemberton's French Wine Coca. It was a mix of coca leaf extract and cola nuts, with a dash of wine for good measure. But here's where things get interesting. When Atlanta passed prohibition laws, Pemberton had to ditch the wine. He tweaked his recipe, added some carbonated water, and voila, Coca-Cola was born. Now, you might think people would be lining up around the block for this magical elixir, but you'd be wrong. At first, Coca-Cola was met with more raised eyebrows than raised glasses. Pemberton's new brain tonic wasn't exactly flying off the shelves. Imagine Pemberton in his small pharmacy, carefully mixing his secret formula by hand. The air filled with the sweet, spicy aroma of coca leaves and cola nuts. He'd pour the syrup into glasses, add a splash of carbonated water, and hope for the best. The original recipe included sugar, citric acid, caffeine, various oils, coca leaf extract, and cola nuts. Oh, and don't forget the caramel for color. So how did this local cure-all become a global sensation? It all started with those first few brave customers. Word began to spread about this tasty new drink that seemed to perk people up. Soon, Pemberton was selling an average of 9 glasses a day. But that was just the beginning. As more people tried Coca-Cola, sales started to climb. Before long, those 9 glasses a day turned into hundreds, then thousands, then millions. From its humble beginnings as a headache remedy mixed in a small Atlanta pharmacy, Coca-Cola transformed into something much bigger. It went from being a medicine to becoming a refreshment loved around the world. But how did they do it? Well, that's where things get really interesting. Let's take a closer look at the secret behind Coca-Cola's worldwide success. Coca-Cola's story has a hidden chapter that's puzzled scientists, competitors, and fans for over a century. At the core of this mystery is the closely guarded formula that's made Coca-Cola a beverage icon. This isn't your average recipe. It's the beverage industry's most coveted secret. Coca-Cola has gone to incredible lengths to protect it. The formula is housed in a high-security vault, split into 2 parts, each known only to a select few executives. These individuals follow strict protocols to ensure the recipe's safety. The most intriguing part of this secret formula is a special flavoring called Merchandise 7X. It's what gives Coca-Cola its unique taste, setting it apart from other sodas. What's in it? That's the question everyone's been trying to answer. Many have attempted to crack the code over the years. Competitors have tried reverse engineering, and scientists have run numerous tests to identify the ingredients. Some have come close, but no one has managed to replicate Coca-Cola's exact taste. It's like trying to solve a complex puzzle without all the pieces. Coca-Cola's extreme measures to protect its formula might seem over the top, but there's a good reason behind it. This secret is what keeps people coming back for more. It's what makes Coca-Cola, well, Coca-Cola. The mystery adds to the allure, making every sip feel special. This level of secrecy has turned Coca-Cola's formula into something of a legend. It's not just a recipe, it's a piece of history, a cultural icon, and a marketing masterstroke all rolled into one. The mystery surrounding the formula has played a huge part in keeping Coca-Cola at the top of the soft drink world for over a century. So the next time you open a can of Coke, remember, you're tasting a century-old secret that's been puzzling the world for generations. And that's pretty cool, isn't it? While the secret formula remains a mystery, there's another crucial aspect of Coca-Cola right under our noses, or should we say, on our tongues. Those tiny bubbles that dance across your taste buds are the result of carefully crafted science, just as important to Coke's success as its secret recipe. Let's talk about carbonation, the unsung hero of your favorite fizzy drink. Carbonated water is actually the primary ingredient in Coca-Cola, added before that top secret syrup even enters the picture. But getting those bubbles just right is one of the biggest challenges Coca-Cola faces during production. From the moment the drink is mixed to the time it reaches your lips, those bubbles are trying to escape. That's why the entire bottling process is designed to keep the drink sealed tight, preserving every last bit of fizz. In modern Coca-Cola factories, high-tech machines work tirelessly to ensure each bottle is filled to the perfect level. This precision is key to maintaining the right amount of carbonation. Too much space in the bottle, your Coke might fall flat. Too little, you might end up wearing your drink instead of drinking it. Here's something interesting. The type of container your Coke comes in can actually affect how it tastes. It's true. Glass bottles, plastic bottles, and cans each have their own impact on carbonation levels. Glass, for example, is completely non-permeable. This means it's like a fortress for those bubbles, keeping them locked in tight for longer. You might be wondering why carbonation is such a big deal. Well, those bubbles do more than just tickle your nose. They actually play a huge role in how we perceive flavor. Higher carbonation can make a drink feel more refreshing and can even change how we taste the other flavors in the mix. Next time you're sipping a Coke, pay attention to those bubbles. Are they small and lively? Does the fizz last until the last drop? These are all signs of perfectly executed carbonation, a result of decades of scientific research and engineering. As we've seen, there's a lot more to making Coca-Cola than just mixing syrup with fizzy water. It's a complex process that's evolved over time, becoming more sophisticated with each passing year. But how did we get from hand-mixed tonics to high-tech bottling plants? Let's take a journey through time and see how Coca-Cola's production methods have changed over the years. From humble beginnings to high-tech marvels, Coca-Cola's production journey is truly remarkable. Let's take a quick trip back in time to see how it all began. In a small Atlanta pharmacy in the late 1800s, John Pemberton, Coca-Cola's creator, carefully mixed his secret syrup by hand. He added carbonated water, stirred it up, and served it to eager customers, one glass at a time. It's hard to believe how far we've come since then. Today's Coca-Cola factories are a completely different scene. These modern plants are capable of producing an astonishing 200,000 bottles per minute. That's more Coca-Cola in 60 seconds than Pemberton could have made in an entire year. So how did we get from hand mixing to this incredible level of production? It all comes down to embracing innovation at every turn. Coca-Cola has consistently upgraded their equipment and processes to keep up with growing demand. Modern production lines showcase the power of technology. Advanced machines handle every step, from mixing the secret formula to filling and capping bottles. These systems work with incredible precision, ensuring that every Coke tastes just as good as the last. Quality control is a top priority too. Special detectors scan each bottle as it moves along the line, checking for any imperfections. If a bottle doesn't meet Coca-Cola's strict standards, it's quickly removed from production. The bottling process itself is a marvel of engineering. Bottles are washed, filled, and capped in one smooth, continuous motion. The whole system minimizes human contact, ensuring your Coke is as clean and fresh as possible when it reaches you. Can you imagine watching 200,000 bottles zip by in just 1 minute? It's an incredible sight that shows off the efficiency of modern beverage production. This lightning-fast process allows Coca-Cola to keep up with the world's ever-growing thirst for their iconic drink. But the journey doesn't end at the factory doors. From these facilities, bottles and cans of Coke make their way to over 200 countries around the world. It's a global network of production and distribution that ensures you can enjoy an ice-cold Coca-Cola almost anywhere on the planet. Now that's something to think about next time you crack open a refreshing Coke. You might think Coca-Cola's toughest challenge was perfecting its secret formula, but getting the drink to its customers during World War II posed an even bigger hurdle. Coca-Cola faced a mission that would test its production capabilities and set the stage for its global domination. Coca-Cola made a bold promise that would change both soldiers' lives and the company's future. They committed to providing every American soldier with a bottle of Coke for just 5 cents, no matter where they were stationed. This brought a taste of home to troops far from American soil. The logistical challenges were enormous. Shipping bottles across oceans was risky and inefficient. The company needed an innovative solution. Enter the portable bottling plant, an invention that allowed Coca-Cola to set up shop right where the soldiers were. These mobile factories could be quickly assembled near military bases, ensuring a fresh supply of Coke even in remote locations. Soldiers loved these Coke and a smile oases. The familiar red and white logo became a symbol of home and comfort amidst the chaos of war. One soldier wrote, "Seeing that Coca-Cola sign in the middle of nowhere, it was like spotting an old friend in a crowd of strangers." These portable plants did more than boost morale. They laid the groundwork for Coca-Cola's global expansion. As the war progressed, the company found itself operating in countries it had never reached before. When peace came, Coca-Cola had already established a presence in numerous new markets. The numbers tell an impressive story. Before the war, Coca-Cola was available in just a handful of countries. By the time the troops came home, that number had skyrocketed. The company had effectively used the war as a launchpad for international growth, turning a wartime promise into a global business strategy. Coca-Cola's wartime efforts refreshed the company's entire approach to global markets. As soldiers returned home with a taste for Coke, the stage was set for a new era of international marketing. The drink that had become a symbol of America during the war was now poised to become a symbol of American culture around the world. Did you know that 94% of the world's population can recognize the Coca-Cola logo? That's more than 7 billion people who instantly know those swirling white letters on a red background. Let's talk about how this simple color scheme became one of the most powerful tools in marketing history. Coca-Cola's iconic red and white colors have been part of its DNA since the very beginning. The red came from the early days when Coca-Cola syrup was shipped in red-painted barrels to distinguish it from alcohol during Prohibition. The crisp white lettering provided a perfect contrast, making the logo pop and easy to read. Check out this surprising fact. Coca-Cola once tried to change its classic look. In the 1980s, they introduced a new design with a sleeker, more modern feel. The public reaction? People were so attached to the traditional red and white that they demanded the old design back. Coca-Cola quickly learned that messing with their iconic branding wasn't a good idea. Now, you might wonder why these colors are so powerful. It's all about psychology. Red grabs attention, evokes excitement, and can even make you feel thirsty. White represents purity and simplicity. Together, they create a visual punch that's hard to ignore. Coca-Cola has used this powerful color combination in some unforgettable marketing campaigns. Remember those adorable polar bears enjoying Coke in a winter wonderland? Or Santa Claus taking a break from his Christmas duties with an ice-cold Coca-Cola? These campaigns didn't just sell a drink. They sold happiness, nostalgia, and a sense of belonging. All of this branding magic has paid off big time for Coca-Cola. The company's brand value is consistently ranked among the top global brands. It's a cultural icon that's recognized and loved around the world. So, The next time you see that familiar red and white logo, remember, you're looking at more than just a brand. You're seeing a piece of marketing history that shaped the way we think about branding and advertising. And that's pretty cool for a company that started out selling a headache remedy in a small Atlanta pharmacy. Coca-Cola's iconic red bottles are a familiar sight worldwide, and the company's impact extends far beyond quenching thirst. This fizzy drink has become a global phenomenon, shaping cultures and economies in over 200 countries. Coca-Cola's presence spans diverse markets, from bustling cities to remote villages. The company has adapted to local tastes and customs in different regions. In Japan, you'll find unique flavors like green tea and apple. In India, they've introduced lower-priced, smaller bottles to make the drink more accessible. These adaptations haven't always been smooth sailing. Coca-Cola has faced challenges due to cultural differences or political tensions, but their ability to listen to local consumers and adjust their approach has helped them overcome many hurdles. Coca-Cola's impact goes beyond selling drinks. The company has become a major economic force in many countries, creating jobs through their factories, local suppliers, distributors, and retailers. In some developing countries, Coca-Cola has partnered with local entrepreneurs to set up small-scale distribution systems, providing income opportunities for thousands of people. The company has also taken on big challenges facing our planet. Coca-Cola has launched sustainability initiatives to reduce their environmental footprint. They're working on making their packaging more recyclable and have set ambitious goals for water conservation. In many communities, Coca-Cola supports local programs focused on education, health, and environmental protection. These efforts have transformed Coca-Cola into more than just a beverage company. In many parts of the world, it's become a symbol of economic opportunity and community development. For example, in Africa, Coca-Cola has helped set up over 3,200 manual water pumps, providing clean water to millions of people. In the Philippines, they've trained over 60,000 women to run small retail businesses. As we look to the future, Coca-Cola's journey is far from over. The company continues to innovate, not just in its products, but in how it operates as a global citizen. From developing new sustainable packaging to exploring ways to address social challenges, Coca-Cola keeps evolving. That's what keeps this century-old brand feeling fresh and exciting. Coca-Cola's journey from a small Atlanta pharmacy to a global icon is truly remarkable. This fizzy drink has evolved from a simple headache remedy to a beloved beverage enjoyed by millions across 200 countries worldwide. What's behind Coca-Cola's incredible success? It's their knack for innovation, strong branding, and adaptability. The company has consistently stayed ahead of the curve, whether it's creating portable bottling plants during World War II or developing unique flavors for different markets around the globe. As we wrap up our exploration of Coca-Cola's history, take a moment to appreciate the cultural impact of this iconic brand. That familiar taste represents over a century of innovation, marketing genius, and global influence. Who would have thought that a single beverage could leave such an indelible mark on our world? Next time you enjoy a Coca-Cola, remember, you're sipping on a piece of history.